look at how quickly he redirected the conversation from the nature of their commercial paper to, hey, listen, we're the most popular. The market voted for us. Therefore, it cannot be a fraud. There's nothing to see over here. Now, is it possible that he's trolling all of us and their paper is amazing? I guess. When I saw the Theranos thing come apart, or anybody who watched the Bernie Madoff thing come apart with his fraud, they really redirected and attacked the critics and just moved the conversation from, hey, whatever you're looking to get clarity on, let's forget about that and let's talk about something else. As retail-facing entrepreneurs, what does that mean? Did you hear him say that? As retail-facing entrepreneurs, retail-facing would be consumers and entrepreneurs, people who build businesses. We value, and it makes no sense. So this posturing and this positioning that the market has voted for us is, I think, something I don't buy. Later on in the interview, Tether's general counsel, Stuart Hoegner, was asked about the attestations over audits, and here was his answer. This is another thing that people are very confused about. Releasing a pie chart is not the same as giving us the details as to what Tether owns. And so let's hear his answer.
So the attestations are part of assurance services offered by independent accountants. Audits are another form of assurance services, Deirdre. For now, we are providing those quarterly attestations, those assurance attestations, showing that Tether is in fact fully backed and reserved. We are working towards getting financial audits, which, by the way, no one else in the stablecoin sector has done yet. We are seeing who will get there first, but we are in process. We are getting that done. Audit services have not been widely available inside the crypto economy as a whole. Everyone is still learning about this, but we are working towards getting those audits now. And in the meantime, we are providing the assurance attestation.
So if they are the leaders in transparency, why can't they just have an audit? It doesn't make any sense. And you noticed this like vague language. We're working towards it. The industry is working towards it. Just get the audit. I mean, if it's not rocket science here, folks. You open your books up, you have an auditor, they audit your books. So they're falling back to the attestation, which is somebody looks at a brief snapshot in time. At this moment, do you have these assets? And do you say you have these assets? But has anybody seen the commercial paper? Has anybody seen those documents? I don't think so. And that's why people are demanding an audit here. I think what's going to happen is they're going to quickly run into regulation at Tether and Circle and other places where they just say, here's the new rules for stablecoins. You have to give us every week, every day, every month, whatever it is, audits from a legitimate auditor, not a Cayman Islands or an offshore auditor or Bahamas, whatever, just somebody who's actually known here, who has a license and could go to jail in the United States if they don't do the audit properly. Nobody has done it yet. There's a pretty crazy deflection there, I think. Nobody has done it yet doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. And if you have $62 billion in people's money in stablecoins, like, why wouldn't you do it? And this is what I always get to. If everything's on the up and up, people tend to just say, here's the goods, right? If it was a poker game and you've got the best hand, you turn over your cards as quick as possible. You say, here's the best hand. You're not going to delay. You ever been in a poker game where somebody doesn't want to turn their cards over at the end and people are like, oh no, you have to turn yours over first. It's like, just turn your cards over. Let's see, open kimono, show us what you got. If you've got the goods, you would show us. If you don't have the goods, you wouldn't show us, is the general rule of thumb. You'd have to ask, what is the other circumstance in which they wouldn't tell us? Hey, it's time for another OurCrowd deal of the week. Right now, you can join OurCrowd's investment in Ripple. According to the deal memo, Ripple is an established innovator in the rapidly growing multi-billion-dollar dairy alternative market. Ripple offers alternatives to milk, protein shakes, creamer, and more with proprietary tech that lowers impurities for superior taste and nutrition. You can get in early on Ripple and other unique opportunities by signing up for a free account at ourcrowd.com/twist. By the way, did you know OurCrowd investors were able to get in on some of the best IPOs of 2019 and 2020? They benefited from companies IPOing like Beyond Meat and Lemonade. And some of OurCrowd's companies have been acquired by buyers like Intel, Nike, Microsoft, Oracle, and Uber. With OurCrowd, accredited investors can invest easily and directly in startups early before they IPO or get bought As you review deals, you have access to OurCrowd's investor relation team, who you can talk to directly on the phone about your personal investment goals. Again, the OurCrowd account is free. Just go to OurCrowd.com/twist. Once again, OurCrowd.com/twist and get that account for free right now.